Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another broadcast of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Welcome to the Hyena Den in beautiful downtown Houston, Texas, where the 2-3 London Knights have traveled all the way from the Queens land to take on the 1-5 Houston Hyenas. I'm your play-by-play man, James Richards, and alongside of me today is Dan Mitchell. The weather for today's game is 71 degrees with winds coming in at 9 miles per hour through the north end zone. Dan, how you doing today, and how do you think this game's going to go?
Thanks, James. I'm doing great. Let's see if the radical offense London can keep moving on forward, trusting through this Stonewall Houston defense that has some solid takeaways this season.
And you just saw the stars for each team scrolling across the screen, and with that, we're going to go all the way down to the field to see the coin toss. We have the London Knights coming out in the white jerseys and red pants they call heads. And we do see Houston in a different attire today. They are rocking their throwback uniforms from the only time they ever made it to the SFL championship. And I actually am a big fan of it. I love the way teal and gold go together. One thing I really love about Texas, Dan, the weather. 71 degrees here in Texas. I mean, there's other games where you might as well be playing in Antarctica. Wind's blowing, your nose is cold. And with that nonsense, we're going to tee it up and about to get this kick underway. Houston's kicker boots it away, and folks, we are here to go. Ball returned at about the 11-yard line. And it's going to be returned to about the 29. Pretty good return there by number 21 for the London Knights, Jeff Melanishin.
James, I'm hoping to see Robbie, the quarterback, come out here and see if he can improve this 69% completion rate he had. What do you think they have to do to keep London going, James?
Well, I think you got to chuck it. Name of the game, throw the ball. And as we say that, London comes out with a heavy I formation. ISO right up the middle. Number 34, Reggie Streeter, gains about 2 yards on the carry.
Streeter coming up, find a little bit of the opening he had from his offense, but not much coming on through.
Rodney Panini with the tackle. Same formation here for the London Knights, 2nd and 8, ball in the He's going to break a tackle. Schrader's going to pick up about 9 or 10 yards on the carry. Ran through a host of Hyenas on his way for a London first down.
You know, James, he had a great tackle break there that really pushed him through, but in the beginning his line really opened it up and had provided a great block.
London really digging this heavy set here. It looks to be a 4-4 look here from the Hyenas. And it's going to be a power to the outside. He cuts it back upside. Streeter's going to break a tackle. He's going to get to the outside. He's got a ton of blockers, Dan. He's going to pick up the final block. 10-5, touchdown. London Knights get on the board early here in Houston.
You know, James, that was a huge pickup for London. Number 71 provided a great block for Streeter that really cleared the way and let him push on forward to that end zone.
Yeah, tremendous blocking here out of the heavy I formation for the London Knights. Streeter reading that beautifully and getting some excellent blocks. You see the offensive lineman getting downfield. That's probably one of the most team effort runs you'll see all season. I've never seen several offensive linemen getting that far downfield that fast. And man, this is a start. If you want to make a statement and you're London and you're coming in to Houston here into the Hyena Den, that's the statement you got to make, scoring within the first inning of the ball game.
Exactly, James. They keep throwing up blocks like that, and London could run for days.
And just like that, London takes an early 7-0 lead over the hometown heroes. 9:51 here to go in the ball game, and we see their kicker, Nate Odell, teeing it up. We'll see if Kentez Johnson and the Houston Hyenas can be equally as explosive as their counterpart. kick down to about the 12-yard line. It's going to be returned. Spin to a goal number 84 for the Hyenas. That is Josh Fed, the third-string wide receiver for the Hyenas, and they're going to take over at their own 35-yard line. 9:47 here to go in the first quarter.
Well, James, we'll have to see if Houston can match the same momentum London just put up with that very early rushing touchdown.
Some early feedback here from the chat saying I'm a little low. I've turned myself up, let me know. Johnson, three-step drop, swings it outside, and that one's going to be complete to Warren Murray, but he's only going to pick up a gain of 2, brought down by number 99 for the Knights. That's Slim Shady.
You know, Warren went out there with the check down and just didn't have any blockers. He couldn't go anywhere with London's defense just taking him out.
Kentez Johnson in the shotgun look. I believe it's a 3-3 look here for the Knights. Three-step drop. He checks it to an outside out route, and that is complete over to number 11. Bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Picks up a couple yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
You know, Leroy Brown only has 2 touchdowns so far this season, so let's see if some of those out routes can really get him out there far.
Yeah, they got to be careful here. London likes to go in the bump coverage, cover 2 look. So, I mean, if they go into an out route, it could spell disaster here. We see Johnson check it back outside again. Leroy Brown, but he's going to be well short of the sticks. That's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And I imagine we will see Brian Adams out, bump the ball away.
You know, James, that's a giant momentum blocker for Houston. They faced London, who just went out, balls to the wall, and Houston sort of just played it safe and didn't get them anywhere.
Well, I think that's the difference here is Houston is trying to nickel and dime their way down the field. That's okay, but when you do that, your wide receivers and running backs have to be cognizant of the first down marker, and they have to try to get to it on critical situations like 3rd and 1. So we'll see. London kind of bailed themselves out with a huge run by Streeter, this second drive here will let us know where London is at as far as momentum goes. As Rob Roby and the London Knights come out on the field, they'll take over at their own 22-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Knights, 22-yard.
Empty look here for Roby and the Knights. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, 2 to the top. A 4-1 dime look out of the Hyenas. 4-man pressure, no pressure at all though, and he throws a deep out route, and that is complete over to Ken McCarro. Second-year man, first year with the team. He previously played in Denver, and Denver's had quite the season so far, undefeated. And with that, London is going to throw.
Whether the pass was caught and down.
Let's see, who's throwing the challenge flag here? I missed it, Dan.
It was London. They ruled it incomplete, I believe, James.
Oh, I see. And just like that, folks, that's going to bring up the Harry's Close Shave Close Call Challenge, folks. From shave sets to handles, Harry's provides quality craftsmanship made in Germany. They make Harry's products from the finest materials and ingredients to ensure they perform as well as they possibly can. Use the promo code SimulationFL at purchase from Harry's.com. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL. Harry's, the official razor of the SFL. And just like that, the head coach for the London Knights won. And they're going to call that a completion, and London's going to get a 1st down. Strong eye, heavy look, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. It's going to be ISO, and he is going to be met in the backfield, hit hard by number 24, Mana Kanaka, who has recently joined the team. He was a Week 3 signing. He's in his 1st year, rookie season, with the Hyenas. Coming up big there, smacking Streeter right in the mouth. Empty look here for Roby. 3-step drop, chucks it across the middle on a slant route. That's complete to number 12, James Hands. 2nd-year man with the team, 3rd in the league. He came over from Dallas and has been a really solid contributor, to this Knights offense.
You can say that, James. Last week, he had 7 receptions, 127 yards for 1 touchdown. That alone is some pretty good stats. And he's showing this game he already's contributing a good bit.
Yeah, James Hands, the older brother, Donnie Hands, the younger brother. Both of these guys are monsters, as their family is known to drink milk, and it's paid off. Both receivers coming in at 6'6", both over 220 pounds. Heavy set look. This is the same formation. Streeter busted it outside for a touchdown. He's going to get outside and hit, fumbled. And Houston, what a big turnover there. Number 94, Carter Haley with the recovery. Streeter making a costly turnover. It looks like he just got arm tackled and the ball popped right out.
Yeah, James, that was a little crazy. The first Houston missed it, the second London missed it, and it took the third Houston guy, third person on the ball to actually pick it up. And that is a huge, huge takeaway for Houston.
Yeah, Rodney Panini, the first man to make contact on the play, and he poked it out. And then, as we said, Carter Haley, the defensive end, was the one who finally came up with it. 3-4 look here for the Knights. 7-step drop from Quintez Johnson under a little bit of pressure, and he throws an interception, and it's to the 50, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him. Number 21, Jeff Melanishin's going to take it to the house, and that is another touchdown early here for the London Knights. Jeff Melanishin making up for the fumble that Reggie Streeter had, and giving this dominating London performance an early 14-0 lead here in Houston.
You know, Jeff Melanishin, the strong safety, has plenty of practice running the ball from punt returns and kick returns. So as soon as he grabbed this ball with the interception, he went all the way without any hesitation.
Well, we talked about, Dan, all these out routes that Houston was going to run. We see, and I said London's going to sit in this cover too. I called it to be a bump. They actually sat in a hard zone there, and Melanishin just read it beautifully, picked it off all the way to the house. And man, if you're Houston sitting at 1-5, this is not how you wanted your first quarter to go.
Yeah, James, less than 5 minutes in, already up 14-0. This is a hard block for Houston.
Yeah, I think both of these teams, not quite London, but I think Houston's kind of at that point where they got to start turning it around now. If they wait another loss or two here in the season, they're going to find themselves on the outside looking in, no matter how strong of a second half the rest of their season is. London's coming in, with a pretty decent record, not quite at the same spot, at 2-3. Obviously, they had a bye week last year. They're not quite at that point where they're on the outside looking in. In fact, if they win today, they get themselves back to 500. So we see the kick returned all the way out to the 30-yard line. This is where Quintez Johnson is going to take over and try to right the mistakes he made last drive here. We see an I formation. I believe it's a pro look here. 3-4 look out of the Knights. Cover 2 look already. And they throw an out route, and that is deflected again, but hauled in. Really nice catch there by number 87, Yassine Clifton. The third-year man just joined the team 2 seasons ago out of Alaska. And he picks up 8 yards on the catch.
Yeah, a little risky from them after the last out route, but they got lucky that time.
Yeah, we'll see. I formation look here. 2 receivers at the top. Clifton to the top of your screen. And it is a power play to the outside. But he's going to be met in the backfield. And he is going to be corralled by Evan Arthur. And that's going to bring him a 3rd and 3.
Evan Arthur, 10 tackles this season so far, showing that he can dial in after the London strong run offense, and they know what he's doing.
Folks, we have 30 people watching the game. Only 11 thumbs up. Please, please, please hit that thumbs up here. Quintez Johnson on 3-step drop. Throws a deep pass, and it is complete to number 11, and he's going to take it all the way to the house. Bad. Leroy Brown getting the hometown heroes on the board. A huge fade route to Brown. The London defender went to deflect it, completely whiffed it, and Brown, the beneficiary of that mistake, takes it all the way to the house for 6.
Yeah, James, since Houston has a little bit of a hometown luck on their side, that blocker just missed it straight up, didn't deflect anything, and Brown went straight to the house.
Well, Quintez Johnson flirting with fire there. Another throw that could have easily been picked, but luckily for him, the defender misread the trajectory, the speed of the ball, and Leroy Brown's going to take it in for 6, and we will see if Houston can convert the extra point.
Definitely, James. This is what Houston needed.
Terrible snap. Decent recovery there by the quarterback to get the ball down. And the kick is up and through. And that is going to bring the score. London 14, Houston 7 here at the Hyena Den in beautiful downtown Houston, Texas. And the kick is away. David Griffin booting it down to about the 10-yard line. Jeff Elnation on the return breaks one tackle. And he's going to be brought down by a host of Hyenas at the London 30-yard line. First quarter, 6:01 left to go.
Let's see, James, if London, after that last odd fumble, can really pick it back up and the running back Streeter can push on for some yards.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic out of Streeter. Pretty reliable ball carrier for the Knights. We see the I formation here. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, tied into the top, 3-step drop. He's going to chuck it across the middle with a little bit of pressure. But that is complete to Ken Macaro. As we see the stat rolling across the screen, he's now got 2 catches and 20 yards here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Ken Macaro showing up big last week. He had 3 of his 4 touchdowns for the season just last week alone.
2nd and 5 on the 35-yard line. I formation look, 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Look out of the Hyenas. 3-step drop. He chucks it across the middle. Dangerous throw. Number 50 for the Hyenas. That is B.J. Lovelace on the deflection. And that was a pretty risky throw there by Rob Roby.
Definitely James intended to target Ken Macaro, and he just was flooded by Houston defenders.
3rd and 5 here. It'd be a really big stop if the Hyenas can get the Knights off the field here, but they're coming out in a shotgun 2-back set. 3 wide receivers in the formation. 3-step drop by Roby under a little bit of pressure. Throws it across the middle. It is caught by James Hands, but he's going to be 2 yards shy, and that is going to bring up a 4th down.
Huge stop, James, for Houston. London really didn't seem like they were trying to push up as much this drive, and we'll have to see how Houston reacts to it and if they can tie up this game.
London sends out the punter, Phil Hunter. He takes it about the 25, and it's almost blocked, but he gets it away. Pretty good boot down to the 25-yard line. And that is where number 84, Josh Fedd, is going to pick up 2 or 3 yards on the return. And this is where Quintez Johnson is going to take over here at the Houston 28-yard line, and let's see if he can recreate some magic and get Houston in a tied ball game here. Single back, trips to the top of your screen. 3-2 look here. It's a handoff up. He's going to pick up about 2 yards, brought down by Melanishin.
Murray pushing on forward, but he didn't have any blockers, and Melanishin came in there and just trucked him right down. We'll have to see if Houston can really push on forward through this or they get blocked.
Yeah, actually, Travis below, if you scroll down in the information box, you'll see the link to the Discord. You also see our website and social media. 3-step drop by Quintez, throws an out route. It is complete. Comes over to number 80, D.R. Sim. And that's going to bring up 32.
James, we'll have to see. They keep sticking with these out routes and that one fade that really worked out for them. If they keep throwing these, definitely short like they have to do this drive. We'll see if London will take advantage of that or not.
Folks, we have 19 thumbs up, but we have 45 people watching. Please hit that thumbs up, share across social media, retweet on Twitter. As we see Johnson, 3-step drop, throws a fade, and that one was intended for Clifton, I believe. And it's going to fall incomplete. He had to stretch out and try to make a Incredible catch, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And I believe they're going to send out Brian Adams to punt it away.
Yeah, James, Houston's really trying to play with that fire, as you said earlier. He had to really dump out for that one. It just didn't work out for him, and then we have to see what London can do when they get this ball back.
Well, it's really London playing with fire, coming out in a press look, almost exclusively here. That time it paid off. You see Adams getting the punt away, but they did a nice job bumping Clifton off his route, which threw up the timing. Quintez was obviously throwing on a timing route. Clifton, being the athlete that he is, almost made a great play. But that kind of goes either way. If Clifton doesn't get bumped, he finds a lot of space. If he does get bumped, then you get a crazy-looking pass like we saw out of that from Quintez. But nevertheless, this is where Rob Roby and company will take over. Ball on the 27-yard line. 3:49 goes. We see an ISO up the middle of Streeter. He's going to drag a man before he gets punched in the face by number 25, Alan Payne, for this Hyenas defense. As you see, 72 yards on 6 carries for Streeter.
Streeter really showing his athleticism even without no hole or no opening. He just drug those defenders. Real good job by him.
Yeah, probably one of the stronger backs in the league, as we see London coming out in this heavy look. 3 backs in the backfield. It's going to be a power to the outside. Good pressure there by Houston's defense. Number 98 with the pressure there. I'm not seeing him on my roster.
Neither am I, James, but he came in and really read that play, and Streeter got nowhere.
Yeah, maybe if some of the Houston guys in the chat can let us know who that was. Apparently it's Gavin Anderson. 3-step drop here by Rob Roby. Chucks it. That was number 11, Donnie Hands, on the play.
The other Hands brother coming out, and London got stopped from that last run on the second down, my bad. And we'll have to see them punt it away and just go back to Houston, see if they can capitalize.
The chat has said number 98 is Chad Tackle. Not sure how we do not have. Oh, we do have him actually. Man, he is listed way out of. Well, we apologize, and now we know where Chad Tackle is on our information chart. You can see the punt all the way down to the 31-yard line. Good tackle there by number 24 for the Knights, Will Rogers, as Josh Fed gains about 5 yards on the return. Quintez Johnson and the Hyenas taking over on the Houston 31-yard line. 2:10 here to go in the first quarter. Gavin, this is All-Pro 2K8. Controllerless, man, that's a tough word. Controllerless esport. As we see the handoff to the outside, William Murray picking up 2 on the carry, tackled by number 96, Blake Craze, the first-year transfer from Indianapolis in his second year in the SFL. Shotgun look here for the Hyenas. 1 back in the backfield, 3 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. 4-1 look dime out of the Knights under a little bit of pressure. Checks it down, and that is complete. We'll see who that is. A little slow to get up. And that is the 3rd-string wide receiver, Barry Bergens, on the reception. Jeff Melanishin in the chat being a little greedy, asking for another pick. I think 1 pick for a touchdown. Down. Under pressure, Quintez navigating that beautifully. Throws a BB there, and that was intended for DR Sim. He put it only where DR Sim could make it, but unfortunately just not able to reel that in.
Yeah, James, he really navigated that pocket real well, but that ball was really hard to pick up by DR Sim with 3 defenders flooding him at that point.
Yeah, I think, Dan, he put it only where he could have put it, and it just wasn't enough as DR Sim couldn't reel it in. He had to slide down and avoid the defenders there, but with that, they send Brian Adams out for, I believe, his 3rd punt so far here in the first quarter. Good protection, good catch, good punt. That one's going to be taken at about the 34-yard line. First contact made at the 25. Melanisha's going to break free here. He's getting to the outside. He's got blockers. He's going to navigate it here. He's going to take it all the way to the house with a convoy there of blockers. Jeff Melanisha making it happen, spinning, juking, jiving, sipping his tea all the way to the house here for the visiting London Knights.
Well, James, he was asking for a pick, but if I was him, I'd be pretty happy right now. With great blocking by the special teams, Melanisha just came in there, navigated one or two tackles that could have taken him down, and he went straight for the end zone.
Yeah, apparently Jeff visited a genie because he asked for another spectacular play, and he delivered, taking that punt all the way back to the house, giving London an even more commanding lead. And we'll see if they can put up the extra point, which will give them a 14-point lead here in Houston. And just like that, the score is now London 21, Houston 7. 53 seconds here to go in the first quarter. We will see how Houston navigates this pressure when they take the field after this kickoff. Folks, the music you're hearing here today throughout the broadcast is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library and Custom Music House, makers of the Rise soundtrack. As we see number 84, Josh Fett, take it back to the 32-yard line, and that's where this Houston Hyenas offense will take over here in their throwback uniforms, trying to channel some of that championship run magic that they had a few seasons back. So far, no bueno. London has shown up on the Queen's private charter plane, and they mean business today. Three-step drop here by Johnson. He throws a slant route, and that is going to be dropped. You just don't see that often. But Barry Bergens had a big catch last drive, and that is going to be equally a big drop this drive.
Yeah, if I was Houston right now, I'd be really, really disappointed by that receiver. That was a hard drop by him, and how they're down right now, that would really, really hurt them.
Two-back offset in the backfield. 3-4 look here for the London Knights. One of the few teams that actually employ that set. It's going to be a handoff to Murray. He's going to be met by a host of Knights. Official tackle given over to number 93. That's Jamie McDonald, the defensive end. And he's only going to pick up one, and that's 3rd and 9 with 30 seconds here to go in the first quarter.
3rd and 8 from your Hyena line.
I see a lot of chat about joining the Discord. It's actually an app down there. Oh, and a deep throw, and that is going to be a touchdown, I think. Number 11 for the Hyenas. Bad Leroy Brown on a second fade route, and that is the second touchdown on that same exact play that has torched this London secondary. And here we see Leroy Brown with his second touchdown of the game, just blowing by number 23, Dean Maddox, all the way to the house. And if you're the head coach and the fans here for the Hyenas, you're taking a sigh of a breath of relief here as London has come out firing on all cylinders, and Leroy Brown and Kentez Johnson hooking up for their second touchdown of the game.
James, Leroy was holding on to that ball for dear life, like he had a dead carcass as his Hyena self was holding on to it, and he ran right for that end zone.
Yeah, holding that ball like a full arm of groceries as we see a good pressure up the middle there by London, but it's not going to matter. Houston tacking on the extra point and pulling this ball game in within 7 as we see Spy Goat, the official sound partner of the SFL. Go ahead and give them a call or head on over to spygoat.net to get sound for your event or occasion. David Griffin with the ball teed up at the 30. He kicks it away, and that ball is going to be returned about the 15-yard line. One there, Jeff Melanisha trying to make some magic again, spinning, juking, jiving, but this time only getting out to the 27-yard line, and this is where Rob Roby and company will take over.
Yeah, I think Melanishin used 2 of his wishes, I think, already. He's saving his third. It's still just the first quarter as we've had so much happen already between both these teams.
Yeah, pretty exciting first quarter. I hope they continue this pace. We see London coming out. Heavy eye formation. Look, Streeter up the middle on an ISO. He's going to break a tackle. Finally gets brought down after a gain of 11. And that's going to do it, folks, for the first quarter here. Man, I forgot where we were. Houston, Texas, as the Knights, the visiting Knights, lead the hometown Houston Hyenas 21-14.
Huge run for Streeter and huge drop for the defenders, or else Streeter could have gone a long way with that ball.
Yeah, a few more blocks there. He was going to take it to the house. Another ISO up the middle. Streeter got some distance, breaks the tackle, drags a few men. That is about a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 here for the London Knights.
Once again, Streeter just showing his athleticism. He had 3 defenders on him at the same time, and he drug them down for another 2 yards.
Yeah, Streeter, big boy, 6'2", 234 pounds, pure muscle. As we see a strong eye look, it's going to be another ISO. Streeter brought down on the play by number 50 for Houston. And that is B.J. Lovelace leading the charge.
Great tackle by B.J. Lovelace, and now we'll have to see what Streeter can do on this 3rd and 2 and really see if he can get that first down and continue this drive.
Very popular look here for the London Knights. The 3 backs in the backfield, I formation set. They're going to do a draw counter play. Pick up just enough for the first down before he's brought down midfield. 9:54 here to go in the first half.
They saw that Houston was starting to put the pressure on mid-set before that play was called, but Streeter still saw the opening and got just enough to pick up that first down.
Strong eye look, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. 2-step drop out of row. He checks it outside to the fullback. He's got some. He's going to pick up 9 yards on the play. That is Fuller Bacchus on the reception.
Yeah, that was the first time I think Lens called that check out this entire game, and Houston sure was showing they were not ready for that play at all, as he was wide open and picked up 9 yards.
Yeah, either Rodney Panini or B.J. Lovelace got lost in coverage, and that left Bacchus wide open for a gain of 9. My formation, it's going to be an ISO Streeter, and he's going to try his best, but he's only going to pick up 1, as we see Streeter averaging 7.7 yards per carry, 92 yards and a touchdown, and then we see Warren Murray in comparison, and it is night and day. However, Houston has not had to, they have tried to run the ball a little bit, but most of their success has been through the air. As we see a handoff to the outside, Streeter's got a blocker. This time, Bach is looking a little slow, couldn't get out in front of that, but Streeter being brought down after a gain of about 20 on the carry.
Yeah, Bacchus was going out there, but it seemed like he cut to the left when Streeter needed him on his right, and he just didn't get the block in which Streeter could have gone a lot farther with.
Yeah, Eddie Gage saving the touchdown there by coming in and cleaning up the play. Bacchus, he's gonna have to get out there and run a little bit harder there, because I think he could have probably created a touchdown there had he just got on his horse a little bit. As we see another carry there with Streeter. This time he's not going to get any on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Great read by outside linebacker Rodney Panini. He saw where Streeter was coming from, and he brought him down right at the line.
High formation look. It's going to be another ISO. Streeter back to the outside, tries to get strong. They're only going to gain about 2 yards on the carry.
Tristan Hatley, free safety who tackled him, he has 45 tackles so far this season. Big dude, and he's really dialing in, I think, on this London run game.
Folks, just a reminder, the SFL presented by APM Music is also brought to you by Me Undies, the world's most comfortable underwear. Three-step drop. He throws it across the middle, and that is deflected there by B.J. Loveless. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 8. I think we're going to see London punt this one away.
Huge, huge play for Houston and B.J. Loveless.
Well,
he came in there.
Actually, they're in field goal range here. Let's see if they go for it. This would be about a 40-yard field goal, and they do. They're sending out their field goal unit, Nate Odell. I believe this is about a 40-yarder. Let's see. Nice snap, goes down, kick is up. And it is no good. Wide right. Plenty of leg, but man, that was a difficult snap. We saw it. We'll see it here. It was really high. Quarterback does a nice job of reeling it in, but then Odell rushes the kick, and then he hooks it wide right. No good. And Houston and company is going to take over on their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, James, risky play for London, but we'll have to see if Houston can capitalize on it.
Well, it's only risky plays if your center snaps it high, which is what happened on the play. You see a handoff ISO to the inside. Will Murray's going to be blocked. Well, he was hit 2 yards in the backfield, puts his head down, and it's only a loss of 1 as we see Melanishin coming in. He's having a big day today so far, bringing down Murray after a game loss of 1. Excuse me. Single back look in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen for 1 dime. London, 3-step drop, he throws an out route, and it is almost deflected, but it's reeled in. That is DR Sim picking up 5 yards, and we see the quarterback comparison. Quintez, 164 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Rob Roby, different story. He's taking care of the ball a little more, but London's goal today has been pound the rock with Reggie Streeter.
Yeah, James, Streeter's really been showing out, while Houston's got a little lucky with their fade routes, which scored them those touchdowns.
Single back look, 5-step drop, throws an out route, that's complete, but he is met right after the catch. I want to say that's Jeff Melanishin flying in there, cleaning it up, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. And well, just when you thought Houston was getting some momentum on their side, they go 3 and out, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, James, huge drive from Melanishin. He's coming in. It's a great game for him.
Folks, go ahead and head on over to MVMTmovement.com. Check out watches, sunglasses, accessories, and use the Simulation FL code to go ahead and support the SFL with your purchase. First and 10 for Rob Roby and company. Shotgun, single back look, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. 3-step drop. Throws a deep out route, and that is complete. Number 10 for the London Knights, Ken McCarro, reeling that in. And he picks up a bunch of yards, and that's going to bring up a first down here for the London Knights with 5:44 here to go in the first half.
Yeah, big pass for Rob Roby and Ken McCarro, but McCarro just didn't seem to be able to turn it around enough, and the ball was thrown a little bit farther, I think, than he could recover from. But great catch by him, picking up that good early yardage by London.
Shotgun, single back look. 4-1 dime out of Houston. You see the line stunting. And he throws an out route, and it is caught by number 12, and he's going to take it to the 10-5, touchdown. Man, he burned Everett Garrison on that out route, and then as soon as he caught it, he turned it straight upfield. London regaining the commanding lead that they had earlier here. Scored 27-14.
Yeah, Garrison seemed to give up on that play a bit too early, honestly. I think he thought he went out, and then Hands could just run straight clear. No one against him.
Yeah, you don't normally see an out route go for 6, but man, the way that corner, Everett Garrison got his feet tangled up, it just allowed James Hands to catch it and turn it upfield, And once he gets a full head of steam going, not many guys in the SFL are going to chase him down.
Definitely, James. And London now has this real commanding, possible 14-point lead, and we'll have to see if Houston can get back on it. It's only 5:30 in the half.
Folks, we have 40 people watching, 23 thumbs up, as we see the London kicker putting it through the uprights to give them a 28-14 lead here with 5:26 here to go in the first half. As we see another sponsor scrolling across the bottom, folks, Bet Central and Fuel. They're transforming the SFL media in 2019. With that, folks, the SFL is presented by Matt Doyle Designs, official design partner of the SFL. Media Tech Institute. Visit mediatech.edu for diploma programs, training, passion, and your profession. MeUndies, the world's most comfortable underwear for men and women. That is Kentez Johnson and company taking over at their own 29-yard line. 5:23 here to go. An uphill battle as the hometown heroes trail the London Knights 28-14. Single back look, 3 wide receivers and a bunch look to the top of the screen. 5-step drop from Johnson under a little bit of pressure, throws an out route. That is good. That is good for a gain of 6. Completed to number 88 on the play. That is Greg Morris, the 3rd string wide receiver.
Yeah, Houston using these out routes, but London's been dialing in a bit. Dean Maddox and company really being able to drag him down as soon as he caught that ball.
Shotgun look, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end look, 4-2 defense for the Knights. Johnson throwing it deep across the middle, and that is complete. Takes a huge hit, but man, bad Leroy Brown. As you see his stats rolling across the screen, 5 catches, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This one probably the most painful of them all, as he takes a huge hit there by Nathan Blake, the free safety, pounding him as he makes contact with the ball. See a handoff up the middle there to Warren Murray. He's going to pick up 8 yards, and we'll see Hayden Owen saying he just did a cover of Papier on his YouTube channel. Well, how about you do a cover of Champions Will Rise on your YouTube channel, too?
Great play by Murray. I think that's his longest run so far this game. He had some good blockers and really pushed on forward.
2 backs in the backfield, shotgun look. Yeah, it's a 4-3 look for the Knights. He throws a slant route across the middle. It is tipped and intercepted. Number 23 there for the London Knights. That's Dean Maddox making up for it earlier. Getting toasted earlier by Leroy Brown. Leroy Brown tipping it, and Dean Maddox, the beneficiary of Leroy Brown not able to haul that one in. And man, just when you think Houston's starting to build a little momentum, something catastrophic happens, and London re-seizes the momentum. Shotgun, 3-step drop look, under a little pressure. Roby throws an out route, and that is complete for a first down. Over to number 12, James Hands.
Yeah, James, as the game goes on longer, it really seems like Rob Roby and both Hands brothers are really getting this connection going, and they can get in this ball with those.
Heavy set look here for the London Knights. Houston will combat it with a 4-3 as they shift the linebackers around, trying to fill up all the gaps. And it's going to be a handoff to the outside. Streeter cuts it in and then bounces it back outside and breaks a tackle as he picks up 13 yards on the carry.
Yeah, James, it looked like Streeter really gave that one guy a stiff arm, barreled through him, and then got through that first down line. That was a huge play for Streeter, who's been continually showing his athleticism all day today.
Eddie Gage on the tackle. He has shown up several times to prevent Streeter from breaking it out and picking it up enough for a touchdown. As we see a counter play in the middle here, Streeter again picking up several yards on the carry. Was Eddie Gage laying the hit to stop his advancement.
Yeah, Eddie Gage, a season 3 vet. He's got 30 tackles and 4 interceptions so far this year. He's really pulling in on Streeter and make sure he can't get another long one out there.
Yeah, Eddie Gage has been a bright spot for this struggling Houston Hyenas team, as we see a split back look for the London Knights. And that is going to be an ISO up the middle. Streeter breaking another tackle, and he's going to be brought down just short of the first down, as we see Streeter now hitting 134 yards on the day, 7.4 yards per carry average.
That's a huge average, James. 7.4 yards in that carry, that is huge, while they mark him down in inches.
Heavy set work here, and the Hyenas jumping outside. We have Lundy's first flag of the game. Folks, MeUndies are the world's most comfortable underwear. Visit MeUndies.com/simulationFL for 15% off of your purchase. Part of your purchase helps support the SFL. Give the gift of comfort with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Free shipping and returns. Signature soft and stretchy MeUndies. Folks, head on over to MeUndies.com/simulationFL. And that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Folks, the 2-minute warning is presented by Quip. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Quip Design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy. Time vibration, brush head refills, and only for $5. Refilled every 3 months. Your Quip toothbrush is covered for life with free shipping for life. Use the link posted in the chat, and part of your purchase supports the SFL. Quip, a more wholesome clean. Rob Roby. Man, that was a mouthful. Rob Roby being sacked in the backfield. I didn't get a chance. It's going to be Carter Haley from his defensive end position beating the right tackle, bringing Rob Roby down in the backfield. But if it wasn't him, it looks like tackle was going to get to him.
Huge play for the Houston defense, who really needs a break right now. First sack all game. We'll see how London reacts on this 2 and really long.
James Klein asking if the DC Dragons wore the colors back in the day. They did, but these are the same colors that Houston wore in their championship game. The only championship game that Houston has made it to in franchise history. As we see the ball getting chucked out to Streeter in the flats, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, James, on this 3rd and 9 possible, we'll have to see what London can do. If they give it to Streeter and just go for it, or if they go for a long one.
I think you got both hands, brothers. You have Kim Vaccaro, just chuck it deep. Oh, and he is going to be brought down under a tremendous amount of pressure. And that is Chad Tackle getting in and forcing a critical 4th down. That's huge there for Houston. They've got 45 seconds. We'll see how much time they actually have when they get the ball back. But London's going to have to send out Phil Hunter to move this one away. Folks, we have 39 people in the chat now, only 26 thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the like button for us. Every thumbs up matters. You see London milking the clock, and the punt is almost blocked. But Hunter does get it away, and it's going to take a pretty good bounce, and it's just going to cross the goal line. And Houston's going to take over with 12 seconds to go on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, James, as you said, London was really milking the clock there, so Houston would have no time, but it seemed like they couldn't pin it just deep as the ball just rolled into that end zone.
Let's go.
Yeah, good punt. Nevertheless, we'll see what Houston decides to do. See if they come out chucking it or if they just play it safe. London looking to be like they're showing press here, but it looks like they're going to rotate into a cover 3. 2 backs in the shotgun look. And that's exactly what they do, is they throw an out route and it's complete. Gain of 4. Leroy Brown making his 6th catch of the game. He's up to 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. Been a real bright spot for this Houston offense.
Definitely, James. Both touchdowns, the only points attributed to Houston so far. Leroy Brown, he's a huge spot for Houston. We'll have to see if they can continue to use him or if the London defense will dial in.
9 seconds here to go. Let's see what Kentez and company decide to do with it. 5-step drop under a little pressure. Chucks it deep across the middle, and that is complete to the midfield. They're going no huddle, and then they call their timeout. I don't know if they actually wasted any more time than needed. Maybe a second there as they catch a huge post route across the middle. There's going to be 3 seconds. Let's see. I think we're going to see a Hail Mary here by Houston as they're not close enough for a field goal. Kentez does have the arm strength to get this ball into the end zone. Let's see if London gives them enough time. They're coming out in a prevent defense here. Everybody off the line of scrimmage. It is a 3-2 prevent defense against Houston's Hail Mary offense. Kentez stepping into the throw. He's got a man down there into a host of 3, and it is going to fall harmlessly to the ground. And folks, that is going to do it here for the first half of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. The visiting London Knights lead 28-14. Enjoy the halftime show, and we will see you in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We see the 2-3 London Knights leading the hometown heroes, the 1-5 Houston Hyenas, 28-14. London will kick off to start the second half. And we will see if Kentez Johnson, Warren Murray, Leroy Brown, D.R. Sim, and Yassine Clifton can change the offensive woes that have plagued the Hyenas here in the first half. Kick taken about the 8-yard line, and it is going to be returned to the 28-yard line as we see number 84, Josh Fed, returning it for the 7th or several. I don't actually know how to phrase that. He's returned it several times this game, and that one just adds to the count. I don't actually know how many times he's returned it. Man, English is hard, Dan. But we see here 1st and 10 for the Houston Hyenas. Single back trips bunch to the top of your screen. We see a audible there by Quintez as they hand it off to the outside, and he is met by number 99 for the London Knights, and that is Slyn Shady.
Yeah, James, so far we've seen Murray, as you saw in the halftime show, run 8 yards so far. Houston really hasn't been employing him that well. We'll have to see if they stick back to Leroy Brown and the rest of the receiving core.
It's just tough to run the ball when you come out with so many wide receivers on the field, and then to expect them to combat star contract linebackers of the Knights. As we see he turns it upfield and takes it all the way down to the Houston 47-yard line.
James, I believe that was their first out route for a real first down this entire game, but you've seen Clifton, the tight end, really showing his star player status and turning right upfield, getting that first down.
Yeah, number 23, Dean Maddox, who's been burnt today. He's also gotten a pick today, and this time gives up about 20 yards when he was covering Yassine Clifton.
1st and 10.
Shotgun, 2 backs look in the backfield, 2 wide receivers each side of the formation. The London Knights drop back in the zone, and that's a slice across the middle, and that is complete. Guess who? Bad Leroy Brown picking up another first down, and he is almost single-handedly carrying this Houston offense.
Yeah, the 6'3", 220 Leroy Brown coming in from New Orleans. He is showing that he's a key player to this Houston offense, being trucked by defenders but holding on to that ball.
Yeah, as the song goes, he's bigger than Old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Leroy Brown putting the pedal to the metal, and really has toasted this secondary all day long. As we see Quintez slinging it to the outside. And that is complete over to D.R. Sim. We have not heard his name called much today. Most of the work has gone to Leroy Brown. But nevertheless, we see Houston knocking on London's door. They're at the London 15-yard line. I think this is the closest to the end zone Houston has been all day. And they have a 2nd and 2 here. High formation look, 5-step drop, under a little bit of pressure, throws it across the middle to Leroy Brown. He's going to get first down. Leroy Brown, 227 yards on 9 catches. He is having himself what surely must be a career day for Leroy Brown.
Definitely, James. Leroy Brown coming in huge. And as you said before this play, this is the first time Houston has been on London's red zone this entire game.
Yeah, we'll see how the Knights respond to this kind of pressure. Houston down by 14 here with 8:48 here to go. Just like all of his other carries, it is nothing to it as we see Blake Praise and Dean Maddox combining to bring him down.
Yeah, Houston's really just been using Murray to throw off London, I think, just to keep him in the game. But he hasn't picked up really anything all game, so is it worth it?
I don't know. I think you do have to try to keep London's defense honest, or else they'll just sit back and take Murray, and he's going to break a tackle and brought down just short of the goal line as he takes it to the London 1-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal, and we'll see what Houston decides to do.
3rd and goal.
See London here stacking the box, 3-4 look. Houston in a single back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end look. Let's see what they do. They hand it off up the middle to Warren Murray, and he's going to take it in for the score. Warren Murray, other than this play, has had a pretty abysmal night for the Hyenas. But it's what have you done for me lately, and this time he puts 6 on the board to take Houston to 20 points on the day.
Yeah, the 6'2", 230 Warren Murray's been in the league and on this team for 3 seasons, showing that when it matters, he does go on in, find that opening, and grab that touchdown.
Yeah, we'll see if Houston can convert here on the extra point. Folks, if you haven't done it yet, download the ScoreStream app. You can follow along with all the stats and scores across the league, and we'll see the extra point up and good. Houston now brings this game within 7 points. London, man, for as explosive as London has been, both on special teams and offense, they just haven't been able to pull away from Houston. And we see the SFL presented by APM Music, MVMT, Whip, Perfect Oral Care delivered, and the ScoreStream app, the official score update app of the SFL. Folks, MVMT premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. The sound choice and sound provider of the SFL. We see Melanition bringing it back to the 36-yard line.
We'll have to see if London can really pull away from this game, as you were saying earlier, James. As Houston's been really clawing their way back every single time they can try and get this ball.
Well, I think if you're London, just keep doing what you're doing. All right, it got you to 28 points. I mean, one of those is a special teams, but hey, 21 points offensive, pretty good. So just keep doing what you're doing. As you see Roby throwing it across the middle into probably quintuple coverage, but we do have a flag on the field. The MeUndies flag on the play is a holding against the Knights. And that is going to back him up 5 yards. As we see number 69 for the Knights getting called, Nathan Shield getting called for the hold.
Yeah, if I was London, that would really hurt. You're doing the first play after your kick return, and you already got a holding penalty. Put him back on a 1st and 20. Ooh.
Well, I said 5, but apparently it was a 10-yard hold. But they will redo first down here. 1st and 20, ball in the 26-yard line. Back in the shotgun set, Roby 3-step drop. Throws a nice deep out route, and that is complete. Over to number 10, Ken McCarro, and that pretty much erases the penalty as they pick up 16 on the play.
Yeah, James, great play by Rob Roby, who's getting pressured by a defender almost, keeping cool in the pocket, and throwing a beautiful out route to McCarro, who picked up 16 yards on 1 catch, which is really nice for London.
That is going to bring up a 2nd and 4 here, 7:31 here to go in the 3rd quarter. London has it on their own 41-yard line. Heavy look here, a lot of hyenas crowding the box as London comes out in that heavy eye formation look. It is a handoff up the middle of the Streeter. He's back, breaks a few tackles, but at the end of the carry only gains 1 as he's brought down by Chad Tackle on the play.
Yeah, Streeter, I didn't even know where he was in that whole pile, but he stayed up for a good bit longer than I thought, but he couldn't push on forward to pick up that 1st down.
Same formation here for the Knights on 3rd and 2. They have the ball on their own 44-yard line. 6:50 here to go. We see a draw counter play up the middle. It is going to be met in the backfield. Great defensive stop there. The charge led by B.J. Lovelace, brought down by number 90D for the Hyenas, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 2, and they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, huge play for B.J. Lovelace and William D., who stopped a London offense who's been going very strong all night.
Bill Hunter takes the ball at his own 29-yard line and boots it away. Number 84, Josh Fed, on the return for the Hyenas, gets it just over the 20-yard line, and that is where Quintez, Johnson, and company will take over. 6:15 here to go in the 3rd quarter. The visiting London Knights lead 28, Houston 21.
Well, James, I'm hoping to see another high-flying offense by Quintez Johnson to see if they can really use this opportunity to pick up the 7 they need.
One back, single back for the Hyenas. It's a trap play up the on the carry. Brought down by several London Knights, and we see Warren Murray averaging 1.5 yards per carry, 16 yards, and the lone touchdown that we saw on Houston's last drive.
2nd and 8 from your Hyena, 23-yard.
Single back look for Houston. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. It's a power play to the outside. Murray lowering his head and picking up about 4 yards on the carry. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Hyenas.
James, I believe this is the first consecutive use of Murray I've seen that has been successful for Houston, him lowering and taking down a defender. Let's see what they do with these 4 yards left.
Quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Kieran Miller, Rob Roby, Jeff Melanishin, Christina Coleman, more later to come. He is hit as he threw. Great pressure there by number 59 for the London Knights, William Davidson, the defensive tackle. And that's going to force Houston to send out Brian Adams for what seems to be his 100th punt of the day.
Well, James, there was a huge stop for London. Them getting this ball back and put this up and make it a 2-score game, which would be great use to London.
Yeah, pretty big stop there by London. They have shown that if they give Quintez a lot of time to throw, he will pick them apart. Probably find them around as we see Jeff Melanishin spinning like crazy, trying to get loose. He only gains a couple on that punt return, and Rob Roby and Reggie Streeter are taking over on their own 41-yard line. This is probably the best starting position they've had all day long. Not too far from field goal range, as it is 5:06 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2 backs in the backfield for London. 3 wide receivers on the play. ISO play up to the street, and he's going to be met after the gain of 1. Brought down by number 90 for the Houston Hyenas, William D. He came up big on the last drive as well, and starting out pretty strong on this drive as the Hyenas are trying to force London into a 3-and-out here. Look, as we see an outside power. Streeter gets met in the backfield. B.J. Lovelace leading the charge, bringing them down for a loss of 1. And don't look now, but Houston's putting together quite a defensive drive.
Yeah, James. Houston really pulling it together, really dialing in on Streeter, and London's got this 3rd and long that they got to deal with now.
Empty set look here for Rob Roby and the Knights. 5 wide receivers. Dime look for the Hyenas. He's got all-time pump fakes. It throws it across the middle, and it is almost picked away. B.J. Lovelace, who has to be the MVP of this drive, almost picking that one up. Picking that one off, excuse me. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 10 here for the visiting Knights.
Yeah, B.J. Lovelace with the deflect and Alan Ball, who almost could have picked that up, but being a generic, you never know. That was a huge play for the Houston defense, who now will get the ball back. Huge for Houston. Let's see if they can swing this momentum in their favor.
London sending out Phil Hunter to move this one away. He's going to get it at about his own 25-yard line. Pretty good punt here. It's going to be fielded at the 22-yard line. Returned by number 84, Josh Fedd. There is a clipping penalty on the play. Didn't see MeUndies banner pop up, but it doesn't matter. The Knights accept. And that is going to pin the Houston offense back quite a bit. They were going to have some pretty good starting field position.
Well, James, if I was Houston right now, that hurt. That hurt a lot.
Yeah, that erases about, 15 yards on the penalty and backs them up all the way to their own 12-yard line. Quintez Johnson, single back shotgun look, 3 wide receiver set. 3-step drop, throws an out route, and that is complete, but it is ugly. Leroy Brown making the best out of nothing there, picks up 4. As we see, he's now got on 10 catches, 231 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had to really jump up, spin around, and try to pick up a few yards with that one, James. Ugly, but Brown could go for it.
3-4 look here. High formation for the Hyenas. He checks it down. And he is laid out. Number 99, Slyn Shady, busting up Murray after about a gain of 1 on the check down.
Yeah, James, it looked like Rob Roby a little freaked out a little bit in the pocket and just checked it out when he didn't know what else to do. Warren Murray just getting tackled as he just doesn't have anywhere to go.
Crucial 3rd down here, 3rd and 6. Single back look, 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen for the Houston Hyenas. You see a 3-step drop. He checks it out to Murray. He's got a blocker, broke a tackle, and throws a man. Does just enough to get a 1st down and take the Hyenas over their own 20-yard line.
James, it looked like Murray sort of cut back the wrong way at first, but made a lot out of nothing, honestly, as he pushed down that blocker and got just enough for that 1st down, keeping this drive alive for Houston.
Yeah, some ugly passes here from Kentez, but so far Leroy and Warren have been able to bail him out. We see another out route. This time that pass much better as he finds D.R. Sim on a 4-yard out route, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
Big play for Kentez as he remembers how to pass maybe and gets that out route, keeping them alive. And let's see if he can dial it in a little bit, calm down, and get some more throws out there.
10 catches, 10 receptions to Leroy Brown. He's having himself a career day. Kentez Johnson, 2nd-year man for the Hyenas. He's had a pretty decent sophomore year. Reverts back to his rookie ways as we see Warren Murray gaining 3 yards.
Yeah, Warren Murray's actually been waking up a good bit in this 2nd half. Earlier in the 1st half, he only had 8 yards total rushing. This I haven't been able to see on our stat sheet, but you know, he's been picking up a lot more.
Single back look here for Johnson. 3-step drop, throws an out route, and that was complete to Leroy Brown, who has made his 11th reception of the game to go with his jersey number 11. And that one's good for a Houston 1st down.
Yeah, Leroy Brown having a great game. Kentez really knows you can throw to him and not have to worry about anything.
Single back look, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Knights to the outside to Warren Murray, and he gains 3 yards.
James, I have a feeling this is one of the longest drives Houston's had all game, and they're doing some good stuff. They're getting bailed out too every once in a while, but with a little bit of luck on their side, they seem to be pulling this drive together.
3-step drop from Murray, Kentez, excuse me, as he throws it outside. And that is complete to Leroy Brown, just short of the 1st down. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
James, we'll have to see if Warren Murray comes out again and pulling out what he's been doing mostly the 2nd half and picking up a few yards.
2 backs in the backfield for Houston. Johnson under center against this 3-4 look for the Knights. It's an ISO play up the middle of Murray. He's got enough for the 1st down. And that takes the Hyenas to midfield. And that's going to do it here for the 3rd quarter. The visiting team, London Knights, 28. The hometown Houston Hyenas, 21. But they are driving here. Back look, 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Kentez 3-step drop, throws an out route. This time D.R. Sim reeling that in for a gain of 5. That's a 2nd and 5 on the London 45-yard line. 10:57 here to go as we start the 4th quarter.
Well, James, so we got about just a little under a quarter left, and we have a 1-score game. You think Houston has what it takes?
Well, they've looked much better here in the 2nd half. or maybe London's just cooled down a bit, but either way, Houston's put together a couple of drives. As we see Murray take the counter play there. Brought down pretty hard there by Slim Shady. After a gain of 1, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Let's see if the London defense do on this around midfield. They've been showing up pretty well all game. We'll see if they can dial in on this.
I think this drive's an important one here for Houston as we see the pass get checked down to Warren Murray. He's going to pick up the first down and more as he takes it down to the London 31-yard line. But, you know, I think if Houston can put some points on the board this drive, then they kind of reclaim the momentum and really put themselves in position to win this game during regular period time, pending that their defense holds up as well.
That's true, James. As Houston's, defense has really showed up later, and they've been doing some really good stuff, and we'll have to see if this drive stays along live enough for Houston to put up some points.
Right now, if Houston doesn't move the ball anymore, it would be about a 46 or 7-yard field goal as we see a nice pass to the outside. They're going to call it incomplete, and even if they did catch it, Leroy Brown would have only had about 2 on the game. So I doubt we see a challenge, but you never know. 2 yards are important. Yeah, and I think that's the right call not to challenge it, even though I think Leroy had a foot in. You need all these timeouts to combat London's offense. So smart calls. You see a trap play with Warren Murray up the middle. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to get to 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Leroy Brown Warren Murray balling his way through the London Knights defense, and that is going to pull Houston within 1 point here in the 4th quarter.
James, absolutely massive play for Warren Murray and the rest of the Houston offense. There were some beautiful blocks in there. I didn't get any good names, but beautiful blocks, and Warren Murray just navigated his way to that end zone, and we have a real ball game right now in this fourth quarter, James.
When we were watching this game in the first half, we thought London, was just going to blow the socks off the Houston Hyenas. But, I mean, this is a team that had gone to the championship game several seasons ago. The pedigree, they're consistently in the playoffs. So we knew they weren't going to go down without a fight. As we see the extra point tying the ball game for the first time in this ball game period. 9:51 here to 4th quarter. Man, the stadium is pumping. The fans are on their feet, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. It's practically 0-0 here with 9:51 here to go in the 4th quarter. Houston kicks it away, and it is going to be returned at about the 8-yard line by Jeff Melanishin. He's running full head of steam. He gets taken down at the 30-yard line. And this is where Rob Roby and Reggie Streeter need to make their money. If they want to win this ball game, they're going to have to land some heavy blows here on this Houston Hyenas defense.
1st and 10 from the Knights 30-yard.
We see all the Houston Hyenas sideline. They've got the rally caps on, and it is working. Streeter on the counter play. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Willie D now 3 tackles, 2 for a loss. Houston is really getting their money's worth out of this guy. He's made some big plays over the last couple drives.
Definitely, James. Houston's D really moved in on press halfway through, and it worked out for him. Streeter tried to run the ball.
Yeah, it's interesting to see London try to make these counter plays work, as we now see him in an empty shotgun look. 3-step drop by Roby. He chucks it deep across the middle, and that is completed. Big play here for number 10. That is Ken Maccaro on a huge post route across the middle, and a really nice ball there by Rob Roby, tucking it right over the strong safety, and Maccaro had beaten number 24, Mana Kanaka, on the coverage.
Great save, though, by Mana, who really stopped that ball from going any farther.
BJ Loveless and company are going to have to button down the hatches here if they want to keep London off the scoreboard. just as I speak, B.J. Lovelace almost picking that one off.
Great deflection by B.J. Lovelace. He read that route and read that ball. He knew exactly where Rob Roby was looking, and that's a good stop to the first down for this London offense.
Tie ball game, folks, here. 8:44 here to go in the fourth quarter. London is on the Houston 43-yard line, 2nd and 10, I formation. Look. It is going to be a 5-step drop from Roby. Chucks it deep across the middle. It is complete to number 12, and he takes it all the way down to the Houston 16-yard line. James Hands coming up big on the post route by Rob Roby.
Yeah, James, it looked like the Houston defense was trying to read the wrong thing. It looked like they went from cover 2 into press, and London took full advantage of that with that nice route in which they got some nice yardage.
London knocking on the door here. They are down at the Houston 16-yard line. We see the heavy I formation. They hand it off to Streeter to the outside. He's got some room, and he picks up 9 on the carry. That's going to bring him a 2nd and 1. And he takes it all the way down to the Houston 7-yard line. 8:09 here to go in the fourth quarter. And London is knocking on Houston's door.
London's reminding Houston, who was winning the first half of this game, in the third quarter as well.
Yeah, Streeter, the wheels behind this offense today. And they just are going back to the well again. And they give it to him one more time. He gets to the outside. It was a first race. A foot race to the first down marker, and Streeter does just enough to get the first down. He gets it down to the Houston 6-yard line. 7:35 here to go in the fourth quarter.
Streeter running to the outside and really burn that clock as well, which would be good for London, keeping Houston on their toes.
High formation look, 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. It's going to be an ISO up the middle to Streeter, and he's going to pick up 3 yards. And he takes it down to the Houston 3-yard line. And don't look now, but this Houston defense is reeling a bit. We have 47 people watching in the chat. 28 thumbs up. Go ahead and hit those thumbs up, folks. We see the heavy I formation look here for London. It is a draw play to Streeter, well sniffed out by the Houston defense, and we see tackle getting credit for the tackle for loss.
Yeah, tackle having a big game. As you saw, he had 1 sack and 5 tackles so far, 3 of which were for loss. He's doing a big part for this Houston defense to see if they can bend but not break.
Split back look here for Roby and company. 4-2 nickel defense for the Hyenas as they hand it off up the middle with Streeter on a dive play. Sniffed out well, and that's a huge stop here for this Houston defense. And I think they've done enough here to force the field goal. London trotting out number 9, Nate Odell. See if he can convert from fairly close. It'll be about a 21-yard field goal.
Number 6 on the hold.
5:55 here to go in the fourth quarter. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. And it is good. It is good from 22 yards officially. And that gives London a 3-point lead. I have to say this is probably best case scenario considering what Houston's defense gave up to the London Knights on that drive to come, for London to only come away with 3 points. That puts Houston in position to where they can kind of manage the game clock and either tie this ball game or take the lead here late in the fourth quarter. See number 84. Oh, he gets to the outside, and he takes it all the way to the 43-yard line. Really, really nice return there by Josh Fedd, the best of the day for him. And, man, he almost busted that one out for a touchdown.
James, I thought I was seeing the wrong team for a second. That was something I saw Malinishin do all day today, and Josh Fedd took a play out of his book and picked up some nice starting field position for the Houston Hyenas.
Well, London better be thanking the SFL gods because Nate Odell was the last defender, and he's the kicker, folks. Normally you don't see kickers putting that kind of hit onto a player, but he's saving the day there for the London special teams unit as we see Houston London running the ball to the outside with Warren Murray. He's got some blockers there. He's going to pick up 9 yards on the outside carry. That's going to bring him 2nd and 1 as we see the clock ticking. 5:30 here to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, James, that was some great blocking by Houston, who really extended that yardage for Murray, who got to pick up 9 off just that one play.
We see off backs, 2 backs in the backfield, offset. It's going to be a nice play. Murray, he gets enough. Oh, okay, yeah, he gets enough for a 1st down. They were a little slow on signaling the 1st down, but he does just enough. And that's going to give Houston the 1st down. 4:56 here to go in the 4th quarter. If you're London, you're looking at the clock, you're looking at the scoreboard, and you're like, yikes, we need a big play here. Single back bunch look, and they do a trap play up the middle to Warren Murray, and he's going to pick up 9 yards on the carry. Jeff Melanishin coming in to stop his progress. But that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 here. Houston on the London 37-yard line. 4:25 here to go in the 4th quarter. Warren Murray is the wheels to this Houston offense this drive. Split back look. It's going to be a nice play up the middle to Murray. He's going to pick up a 1st down. Gains about 4 yards on the carry. That is another 1st down for the Houston Hyenas.
You know, James, with Houston keep picking up these 1st downs with Murray, and they keep burning the clock. As you said earlier, if I were London, I'd be a little worried about this.
Yeah, unfamiliar position London finds themselves in. They've played pretty sound defense all day long. Houston playing pretty good offense, and then they check out Murray there. He's trying to make a miracle happen. Number 28 for the Hyenas. That is not Murray. That was Darnell Black, the backup halfback, on the reception. Pretty ugly play there. Pretty ugly check down there by Kentez Johnson.
2nd and 10.
I formation look, 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. To the bottom, 2-step drop, checks it outside. That is complete. Black again. He makes a nice spin move, picks up 8. And that's going to bring it to 3rd and 2. I'm not sure if we saw Murray go down or if they're just giving him a breather here. But they're giving Darnell Black some extended work here deep in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Darnell Black with a great spin to swing out of things and picking up a good amount of yards on that down. We'll have to see what they do on this 3rd and 2nd, or if they bring Murray back in.
And they do not. Darnell Black staying in the ball game as we see shotgun 3 wide receiver look. Darnell Black in the backfield here against the 2 looks of the Knights. And we see under pressure, Johnson throws it deep across the middle, and it is complete. Yassine Clifton taking it in for a touchdown. Kentez Johnson under a tremendous amount of pressure somehow finds the gumption to hit Yassine Clifton in coverage. Clifton nabbing that one down, and he's going to take it in as the Houston Hyenas taking a lead here late in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can put it up by 4 as the special team unit comes out onto the field.
Yassine Clifton's 2nd touchdown all season.
Oh man, couldn't have came at a better time. There is a lot of time left here for London. You see the snap is good, the kick is up and good. Houston taking a 4-point lead over the visiting London Knights, 31-35, 2:38 here to go in the 4th quarter. Man, if you are the head coach of the Hyenas, you've got to be just praying to the SFL gods here that you can continue to play the kind of defense that got your team back into this ball game. Some great halftime adjustments here. And, I mean, if you're London, you've got to be sweating because you've had a commanding lead all game just to kind of throw it away here in the 2nd half. So we see Melanishin pressing it to the outside, getting it to the 29-yard line, and that is where Rob Roby and company will try to, make some fourth-quarter magic here happen as they find themselves down by 4 with 2:33 here to go left in the ball game.
1st and 10.
Yeah, James, if I was London, I'd be sweating a little bit. We'll have to see how they react to being down.
Shotgun look for Roby. Three wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, one to the top, three-step drop, under a little bit of pressure, steps up, and he's going to get sacked. Chad tackle on the sack. That is a huge 7-yard loss, and they go no huddle, same formation. Dime look here for the Hyenas. Under pressure again, throws across the middle, and he is brought down after what appears to be a 4-yard gain. And they're going no huddle. I do not agree with this, but they're trying to get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. Is under pressure, throws a post route, and it is complete, number 80 for the London Knights. Man, Shikanami Langley picking up a huge first down, taking it all the way to the Houston 40-yard line, and that's going to bring us to the Quip 2-minute warning. Folks, if you're looking for perfect oral care, go to Quip and get yourself a Quip toothbrush. Perfect oral care delivered. And this is going to be an exciting 2 minutes we see unfold here. London, man, after digging themselves into a huge hole, making some big plays happening. London's defense scrambling here. They're way off the line of scrimmage. Two backs in the backfield for London. Step drop, they check it out to the outside. That is complete to number 12. James Hands on the reception. That's 2nd and 7. Minute 57 here to go. London needs a touchdown. A field goal will not do it for them. They need the touchdown. So I think you know what we're seeing right now is Houston kind of playing off the ball, saying we're not going to give you any big plays. You know, we're going to stop the bleeding and just pray to God here that Chad Tackle can get some pressure. Empty set look for Roby, 3-step drop. Chucks it across the middle. That is good. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. A very critical 3rd and 2 here, but I think they're in 4-down territory. So maybe it's not so critical. Same look, empty look here against the dime. Look for the Hyenas. 3-step drop. He's under pressure. Hit as he threw, and it is almost intercepted. Man, under tremendous pressure, looking for Donnie Hands. And that is going to bring up a 4th and 2, and this could decide the ball game, Dan.
Definitely, James. Either London hits this and they keep this drive alive and going, or if Houston gets this ball back, this game is almost guaranteed over.
Yeah, still have 3 timeouts. They have navigated the time pretty well. We'll see if they can convert it. One back in the backfield. He throws an out route, and it is completed, and that is clutch. Number 12, James Hands, not only showing off the hands there, but showing off the feet as he tiptoes on the sideline and picks up just enough for a London Knights first down on a critical 4th and 2 play.
Definitely put on the step dance shoes there, James. Great play.
Empty set look here for Roby. 1:31 here left to go in the ballgame. All 3 timeouts for both teams. 3 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Dime look here. They're swapping. They throw it deep, and it is almost intercepted. Really, really nice play there by Manakanaka. Man, he came up big. If he doesn't make that play, London gets into the end zone there.
Definitely, the Houston secondary has really been showing up on their defense and being able to stop all these plays.
2nd and 10. London has it on the Houston 34-yard line. 1:27 here to go. Empty look here for Roby and company. 3-step drop. He throws it to a corner route, and it is completed. Ted Navarro making a one-handed grab, taking it all the way down to the 9-yard line. Really nice corner route ran. Really nice ball by Rob Roby there. And that is good for a London first down. And they are in Houston's red zone. All the way down to the 9-yard line. 1 minute here to go. Neither team using a timeout. London comfortable burning off the clock as they come out with a strong eye look. 3-step drop. He's under a little pressure. Throws as he's hit. And that is completed and taken to the 4-yard line. Nice play there by Streeter. And Roby getting that ball off after taking a pretty huge hit. 45 seconds here to go. 5-step drop, excuse me. He throws an out route, and it is incomplete. Almost tipped, almost intercepted, and then almost caught there by number 84, Charlie Balmer, the tight end there for London. And folks, we've got ourselves some, well, what I think is going to be some heartbreaking action for one of these teams.
Definitely, James. Whatever team comes up on top, it was sure a nail biter, oh my, at the end of this game.
Shotgun two-back look here. I imagine they'll probably look for an out route. That's been their pretty popular play during press coverage. The out route's taken away. They throw a ball. Interesting pass there, intended for Streeter, and it was almost picked off. And we have ourselves in another fourth down situation. London has to score the touchdown here, or the ball game is over. There is no fourth down. It is touchdown or bust. But if they don't get it, they have Houston pinned pretty far back. We see an empty set look. 4-2 nickel look here for the Hyenas for the ball game, folks. He throws it across the middle, and he's not going to get it. They stop him on the 1-yard line. James Hands didn't quite make it. And Houston's defense coming up big. And this could be a heartbreaker here for London, who has dominated most of this game. And then in the second half, they look like they've just been coasting through most of it and has allowed Houston to regain the momentum. They have all 3 timeouts. They do have Houston pinned. But even if Houston gives up a safety, they're still going to find themselves a lead with very little time to go. I imagine we see Houston run the ball as they hand it off to Murray on an ISO up the middle. He's going to break enough tackles and get enough yards to get a first down. London calling their first time out, and I think that is enough for Houston to just run the ball or kneel and run this clock out.
James, I have to say, pay those Houston defenders more money. That was some of the most beautiful open field tackle I've ever seen to stop them on that 1-yard line.
Man, what a heartbreaker here for London. I think we're going to see the victory formation here for Houston. Hats off to Houston, the hometown team, coming back from what felt like an insurmountable lead, but they never stopped digging. They never stopped fighting. They kept their heads in it. Kentez Johnson, despite the turnovers, never doubted himself, right? Warren Murray, even though he had been shut down most of the day, never doubted himself. And the credit to the head coaching staff to give the ball back to Warren Murray in some really crucial situations, which allowed Houston to come back from this huge 14-point deficit. And what's going to give them their second win on the season, as we see London falling down to 2-4, and we see the Houston Hyenas move up to 2-5. I'm going to have to give my extraordinary Everest player of the game to bad Leroy Brown. And for the defense, you got to say hats off to B.J. Lovelace, as he made some tremendous plays here for the Houston Hyenas. Dan, what about you?
You know, even though it came later in the game, I think Warren Murray was a huge part to this Houston offense. Between his rushing touchdown and everything he did later on to burn that clock, I think he was the key to victory for Houston to burn out this clock and stopping London from getting those points back. And I think the entire Houston defense should be awarded something after that show, between their stop on the field goal, keeping London from that defense at first, and then getting that touchdown block at the end of the game. Absolutely beautiful by the entire Hyena defense core.
Well, Dan, they're going to earn a W here for their efforts here today. And, folks, that's going to do it here for us. Stay tuned for the stats and the extraordinary Everest player of the game. You see the numbers scrolling across the screen. London, pretty good day, but 364 yards for Kentez Johnson was just too much for the London defense to handle. Folks, that's going to do it here for us. You've been watching the SFL presented by APM Music here on YouTube. I've been your play-by-play man, James Richards, and my analyst for today's game has been Dan Mitchell. Again, stay tuned for the extraordinary Everest player of the game. And that does it here for us here in beautiful Houston, Texas. The Houston Hyenas getting a huge win over the London Knights, 35-31. Have a good night.